Hello YouTube, it's Dragonheart here, and today I'll be bringing you my Noble Knight deck profile for post-Legacy of Valiant. To start it off, we have 3 Madolche. Obviously every deck needs this guy. He searches for all the other Noble Knights, he makes combos, he makes plays. You really cannot run a deck without him. He is a must at 3. I run 2 boars. Now, most people run him at 3 boars. I personally found that really cloggy. I had a lot of problems running him at 3. I'd get 3 in the hand, and I'd try to use his effect, and I'd already have all my noble arms in the grave. I only really ever need him at 2. I know his effect's great, and everyone says, oh, you need him at the start. But I've always made ways through without needing a 3rd one. I only ever use his effect twice, and very rarely 3 times. So I found that 2 works the best for him. I run 2 Gawain. Again, I used to run him at 3 before Legacy of the Valiant, but I found that he was kind of lacking. Like, if I top deck 3 of them, it wouldn't get me anywhere. And he runs really nice at 2 anyway. You get the combos up with him with Galahad and stuff. So I run 1 Dristan, and I sideboard the other one. I found that this guy is pretty much overhyped, running him mainboard at 2. Yes, he does do good work in the deck. He pops cards, he stops your other Noble Knights from being attacked or targeted when they have less than 1800 attack, but you don't normally have them at less than 1800 attack. That's one big issue. The second effect isn't used very often. To be honest, I only play the second one of him when I sideboard in a second Arf, for decks that I need to just pop face downs and pop face ups, something like Ghost Tricks. I found he runs really well at 1. I can get him out with Madolche if I really need to pop cards. Otherwise, he doesn't really combo with anything. He doesn't combo with Gawain. He doesn't combo with boars very well, other than sending Gwen to the grave. He does combo with Gwen. He doesn't combo with Black Lancelot, and I've just found he works well at 1. I run 1 Galahad, and again I sideboard a second one. You only really need him at 1, unless of course you're having long out battles where people just pop your cards over and over and you can't protect them long enough. And there's some fun combos with him, Arf, and Black Lancelot that I've done before against Ghost Tricks, where they set every turn, I pop with Arf, get Arf to the grave, or something, get Black Lancelot out, and just rinse and repeat. I run 1 Peridot. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep him in the deck. He's been running alright so far, but yeah, he's not the best card. If he was normal type, when face up in the field like the other ones are, like Boars and Madolche and Galahad, he'd be really good to have in the deck, because they could at least use his sack him for Black Lancelot. But yeah, well, I might sideboard him out for Dristan, or Galahad. That's what I normally do, depending on who I'm up against. But yeah, I run 1 Artorias. This guy's really good when you're up against a deck that runs a lot of Fiendish Chains, and you kind of just sit on the field with him, and they go, well, shit. Also, he's really good with Lady of the Lake, and that'll get to when I get her out. Otherwise, he's okay to sit in defense mode if you really need him. He doesn't do a lot, but he does get the Lady of Lake off. I usually use him as sacrifice from Madolche in order to get Black Lancelot out, or if I don't want to waste my boars, and I just want to go into a rank 4. I run 1 Black Lancelot. Some people don't run him. I think that's very silly. This guy is incredibly good. He does a lot of combos. You can be stuck time to time without being able to do anything with Madolche. Like if you have the Gwen but no other noble arms, and you manage to have a Gawain in hand, or if you have an Excalibur, you can summon the draw it out, put Excalibur or Gwen on the draw, use his effect, special summon out Black Lancelot, that goes. If you have a Gawain in hand, it helps as well. You can sacrifice him to search out for Destiny, then put Destiny on the draw and just keep the draw alive for a turn. Alternatively, you can special summon out Gawain here, overlay Gawain on the draw into LVAL chain, send Gawain to the grave, send Lady of Lake to the grave, or if you want Gawain, whatever you want to do. Use Lady of Lake's effect to eat out Black Lancelot, and then go into the synchro for High Lancelot and search again. I've done that many times. It saved my ass. So that's one of my reasons for running Black Lancelot. I think he's just an amazing card, and you kind of, well, you're kind of silly not to run him when he can do so much for the deck. I run two ladies. They are very good cards. Activate from the graveyard all the time. Once in a while I use the Artorigus effect, but normally I use it from the grave. I run two Gwen. I don't have the Gwens yet, obviously, but I'm trying to get my hands on them. Bit hard to find secret rares when the set just came out. This card just does everything for the deck. It acts as a cataster on your Peridot, your Boars, your Black Lancelot, your High Lancelot, your Madrot. Keeps your light ones alive. You know, you get Dristan out, choose Dristan pop, play Dark Hole, their field's wiped sometimes. Gets a little bit of bonus attack. You can only use once per turn to equip, but I tried this at 1, it didn't work well. I tried this at 2, it worked amazingly. I think 3 would be too much because you're not going to have 3 turns and 3 spots in your back row to be able to equip them, but you will a lot of the time have 2, and you really want this in your grave. Last of all, for monsters, I run 1 Honest. Obviously you got light monsters. This guy does some funny stuff. I versed a guy with the Mecha Phantom Beast deck yesterday. I had Artorigus out, the rank 4. He had 100 defense higher than my monster when I attacked. He had some, I don't know what it was, Mecha Phantom Beast with 2100 defense, wanted to toss battle damage. You special summon out 2 tokens. I didn't like that, so I honested it, and he wasn't too happy with that. Alright, for Noble Arms, I run 2 Gallatin. It's very good. You know, 1000 attack does a lot to a 1900 beat stick. It's it's pretty crazy. In decks like that I need to pop cards, I will sideboard one of them out for the second half. And I'll also sideboard Peridot out for Dristan. 2 Destiny. If you see a person saying run 3 in a guide, stop watching their guide. That's dumb. You can only have one of these on the field at any point in time. You're going to get it to the graveyard. You're going to get it to the field. Run 2. It works amazing at 2. You don't need it any more than that. I run 2 Excalibur. You can add more than one on the field. It's a good card. Stops targeting. Can win your games so easily like that. Use it from the graveyard to rank up or rank down on your Sacred King or your King Arthur. Just amazing card. Run 1 Caliburn. This guy's funny first turn with Madrot. You can get like 9,500 life first turn before your opponent does anything. It's pretty fun. I run 1 Arth main board. This guy has so many good uses. This card, sorry. You can equip it with your opponent's warrior type monsters, reduce their attack, attack them with a Noble Knight, and then equip it on your Noble Knight straight after. Pops face downs. It can decimate defensive decks like Ghost Ricks, which do a lot against Noble Knights when they play Swords of Concealing. Again, I sideboard in the second one which I'm getting shiny in a couple days, by taking out Gallatin. It just really is such a good card. That's for my Noble Arms. The other spells I run is one Raider, obviously Warriors, one Dark Hole. This does some amazing stuff when it comes to having Destiny on the field. One Foolish Burial, send Lady Lake, send Gwen, send Black Lancelot, send Artorigas, and 2 Finlands. That could be easily at 3. It's a very good card for the deck. Keep your monsters alive first time they come out. Noticeably, I don't run MST. I think if I top decked 3 MST, I wouldn't be able to do anything with it. And I've got enough spells and stuff to top deck and make a hand of 5 to be able to do nothing that, you know. Alright, traps. Now, I run the 4 main traps everyone runs. Warning, Compulse, Bottomless, Trench Tribute. Again, that does the same thing as Destiny, where you can keep your guys alive and kill them off. Bottomless, Compulse, Solemn Warning, everyone knows what they do. Awesome cards. This is what makes the deck different, and this is why I've found that this deck runs incredibly well. I run 2 Deep Breeze. Now, I can change that out for breakthrough skills against certain decks. But the reason why I run 2 Deep Breeze is the deck has a lot of spot removal with the rank 5 Artorigas and Arv and Dristan, that to have removal that doesn't destroy is really good. I've come up against a lot of decks where they can stop me from destroying their cards, but they can't stop me from removing their cards. Decks like Bujins. They can stop targeting, however, but I run 2 Karma Card and 2 Phoenix Wind Blast Wind. Phoenix Wing Blast. Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. I'm sure you get that. What that is. This really sets the deck apart from most other Noble Knights I've versed. Put it to you this way. That's a free discard. This, and most of the time, is a free discard. That's a free discard. That's a free discard. Ooh. Sorry, I should put them down here. My first deck profile, so I'm not used to it. There's 6 cards. 2 Gwens, 2 Lady Lakes, 1 Black Lancelot, and 1 Artorigas. That are all free discards. Plus, I've even set up my Excalibur time to time. Discarded that the turn before I go to use it, and it's just, yeah. Look, I've seen other people run MSTs and run some weird stuff. This has worked the best. This can set me up to control my opponent. That just banishes face-up monsters, and for decks like Bujins or Mecha Phantom Beasts that can't be destroyed, that just rips them apart. As well as it gets rid of their graveyard. So if a Bujin deck is not doing too well and they summon out Centipede or Hare or something and you Karma Cut it and you get rid of the rest in their grave, then they won't be too happy. And again, yeah, Phoenix Wing just... I've won games by putting the card they don't want on the field on top of their deck and forcing them to draw into that. I really suggest trying that build out. Extra deck. 2 Ignoble Knights, amazing guy. 2 rank 4 Artorigases, and 2 rank 5 Artorigases. You just need to try it to see how good they are. They just work so well. 1 Heroic Challenger Excalibur. Beats stick, beats over guys when you have troubles, you know, OTKs. Blade Armor Ninja. This is so funny when you put Gallatin on it, because it attacks at 3-2 twice. You know, what else do you want? 1 Maestroke. 1 Star Liege Paladinamo. Constello Omega. And Ptolemy 7. I've been stuck sometimes with not strong enough monsters or monsters that can't stop spells and traps, and that's just saved my life. I haven't completed everything in the sideboard. I've been trying out Bujin Te Tsukiyomi. I don't use them a lot, but in some cases it does help with the discard draw, especially when I've got like Karma Cut or Phoenix Wind Blast in the field. Just makes it a bit easier. I have a Gravity Warrior in here because on extremely rare occasions I go into a 6. I almost never use that. These two guys are more of a fill-in. I sometimes will sideboard him out for a third High Lancelot. If I'm running Imperial Iron Wall, which is a sideboard card that I have, because when you run Imperial Iron Wall with Lady Lake, you can just get out huge combos with High Lancelot. Also, I run LVAL Chain. As I showed before, this guy is extremely good in the deck. He can set up your combos when you have nothing else you can do. Yeah, there's not much more to say than you got to run this guy in the deck. I haven't finished off my sideboard. I want Kaiser Colosseum and some other cards, but the cards that I have gotten here are 2 Imperial Iron Walls. Like I said, against Bougians that works really well. With your Lady Lakes works well. The only thing it doesn't work well is with the Deepris. Then again, I take the 2 Deepris out for that. It also doesn't work well with the Karma Cuts, but just to play it well. 2 Phoenix Chains, which should actually be 2 Breakthrough Skills. Yeah, Effect Negation. 2 Malevolent Catastrophes. Now this is actually really good against back row heavy decks. Even though you can run Arth and Dristin and pop them, I find that this works well. The other reason why I run this in the Deepris is because I want my opponent to fear attacking me. I want my opponent to be like, do I want to attack? Because he's got set traps. I know what they usually are. Do I really want to do that? And I don't like my opponent being able to attack me without that in mind. So running that and running Deepris is pretty fun. Like I said, I run the 1 Arth, the Dristin and the Galsvad as sides. That's most of it. Again, like I said, I like running the Malevolence and the Deepris because I don't want my opponent to feel like they can be safe attacking me. This deck's also got a lot of mind control in it, especially when I say I've got the Karma Cuts of Phoenix Wings and the Bottomless, that I want them to fear attacking me. I want them to fear getting out their good creatures without having a Forbidden Lance. I want them to waste all their cards getting rid of my back row and not being able to do much against me. And look, I've played a lot of games with this, and the only decks I've lost to are Judgment Lightsworn, specifically Judgment Dragon, and once in a while I lose to Ghost Ricks when they play Swords Concealing Light, because that's a shit card, and it bloody rips the shit out of this deck because it doesn't target. And the other one that I lose to is Madolche when they get Tiramisu out because she doesn't target and she's a bitch. But when you have these and against Tiramisu, it helps a lot. Yeah, that's about it. So yeah, that's been my deck profile. I do recommend you try this out. I promise you, I've had other people I played against playing Noble Knights online that run like Pot of Duality, and they run MSTs, and they've tried this deck out and they like it a hell of a lot more. You really don't always need MST for this deck, especially when you have Arth and you run 2 Arth. But yeah, good luck, and I hope you guys like the deck profile.